Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to look at John chapter 14, verses 15 through 31. Now, this is a continuation of Jesus' last night with his disciples before he dies. He's told them that he's about to die. He's warned them of upcoming persecutions. But here, he tells them about the Holy Spirit. He promises them that he's not going to leave them, which is kind of a weird thought because he's about to die, right? He is going to leave them. He says, I will not leave you orphaned, which is a wonderful metaphor here, right? Orphans have nobody who cares for them. And Jesus is like, that's not going to be the case for you. I will not leave you orphaned. I will send you another advocate who will be with you. This is the Holy Spirit. Notice that Jesus calls the Holy Spirit another advocate, meaning that Jesus himself is an advocate. But what's an advocate, right? Sometimes it's called a counselor, but advocate's a really good word here because an advocate means someone who speaks for somebody else, who speaks on their behalf. Jesus is speaking on behalf of the Father. The Holy Spirit will speak on behalf of Jesus. Now, here sometimes we get into like Trinitarian thought and how are the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit the same, but they're different. Don't try to parse that out here, okay? And don't think that there can only be one person of the Trinity on the stage at a time, because that's not true either. It's not like, okay, once Jesus leaves the stage and the Holy Spirit can come on the stage. No, Holy Spirit's been around a really, really long time, okay? But these disciples have had Jesus in the flesh with them. That's what they've been focusing on. But Jesus is reminding them that even though he's about to die and leave them, the Holy Spirit won't do that. Holy Spirit's going to stick with them, right? And that's a great word of comfort for them. They're feeling abandoned here. They've spent all this time with Jesus, following him and listening to him, and now they hear that he's going to die? They don't want that to happen. And so Jesus is trying to reassure them and say, okay, guys, yes, it's true. I'm going to die. And you won't have me with you like you've had. But that doesn't mean you're going to be alone. That's a great word of comfort for us, too. We look around and we don't have Jesus in the flesh like those first disciples did. Sometimes we wish we could, right? It would be a whole lot easier to talk to him the way they did. But it doesn't mean that Jesus isn't here. We have the gift of the Holy Spirit too. And the Holy Spirit reminds us of what Jesus has said. That's what Jesus is reminding these disciples about. He's like, okay, guys, don't freak out. I know you're sad. I know you're grieving. You know what's going to happen to me, but the Holy Spirit is going to stick with you. Think about how you have experienced God sticking with you. Think about those times when other people might be freaking out about circumstances in life or tragedies or whatnot, but you know God's still right here with me. Jesus even tells his disciples, the world won't see me any longer, but you will. To which one of the disciples says basically, how? How are we still going to be able to see you, but the rest of the world won't? And he replies, because you keep my word, right? Because you trust me, because you listen to me, because you have a relationship with me. It's the same way today. There are plenty of times when people can look around and say, oh, God has abandoned us. We're all on our own. God doesn't care. But those of us who have a relationship with Jesus, we can say, no, that's not true. He is still very much here. He is very much present and he's very much active. How do we know that? Because we trust him. We listen to his word. We hold on to his word. We trust his promises. This was a promise he gave to those first disciples, and it's a promise he gives to us. You are not alone. Jesus remains with you through the Holy Spirit. There's your 5-minute Bible study. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.